Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in today. So we're going to change it up a little bit today. I know I have been talking about school and setting times and goals and dreams and, are you getting prepared? But one of the things that I believe that needs to happen too, I was reading an article not too long ago, and they were talking about the odds at Vegas and betting on yourself or betting against Vegas for various reasons. Whether it's sports, whether it's blackjack, the roulette wheel, whatever it might be. Taking time to make a bet to better yourself, right? So how many of you today are actually betting on yourselves to become better and not in such a manner that will result in a quick fix? Keep in mind that everyone that goes to Vegas, they do not win as big as they hoped, or hope to be, right? And then people, because of that, things become a habit or an addiction, if you will, because they're looking at the big lights and trying to figure out whether or not they can win big in this situation. As I take a look at myself and trying to understand where I am going, I had to bet on myself to get to the place that I am today. My wife said something to me the other day where she said, Maurice, there aren't a lot of people that are out there, percentage-wise, that has accomplished what you have accomplished. And let's put that in perspective. I have the Chisholm Group LLC, where we are small business consultants and who we have talked to, work with, whatever else, from mayors to nonprofit organizations to religious organizations to for-profit organizations, from every industry, from sports to mentoring, to intellectually disabled adults to school kids, churches, you name it. In a lot of ways, we have touched those industries. Also, I have created the Positive Energy T-shirt shop. I have a sneaker that goes with that. I have a book, so I'm an author. And I have really influenced a lot of people to say, hey, I'm going to bet on myself to make things happen. Now, of course, the mindset would be, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. This is what I see on the news. And I understand everyone's not going to be that place. I'm not in that place myself, but you could work towards it. You had something to put in place. Do you have something that you're going to put in place to bet, for yourself, to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to overcome the odds to make a better life for me and my family, myself and my family and I. No matter what part of, how correct or incorrectly you want to say that, at one point are you saying that I am betting against the house? I'm all in. I'm putting all my chips in the middle. That this is going to be my time, that I am prepared to make this thing happen. Sometimes we are discouraged, or we can get discouraged because of what we see, right? We look at the TV shows, we look at YouTube, we look at Netflix or whatever it is, and you get discouraged by the news. The news is saying, hey, it's a whole lot of this, that, and the other, killings, home robberies, carjackings, things like that, things that I work hard for. I'm not trying to have nobody take away from me, things like that. But understand that those type of situations happen everywhere. And just be smart in those moments where if it comes up, just be smart. Just be able to say, hey, you know what? I will be alive tomorrow morning. Because anything that we're talking about in some aspect is material, right? But are you, because you have betted against the house to say, hey, you know what, I can make this thing happen, because of that's who you are and that's who you are within, you can still get over that hump and do it all over again. There are many people that have bet against the house, won it all, instantly lost it all, and built it right back up again. Because, again, they understand who they are. They understand their talents, their gifts, how they can maneuver things, the individuals they have encountered, who they have networked with, who they have influenced, who's influenced them. When you put yourself all in, you have the opportunity, no matter what stage you are in your life, to make things happen. Are you betting on yourself today that against all odds, you will be better tomorrow? And also, I had watched a TV show a couple years ago. It was on Netflix, talking about The Godfather and how this one individual who was maneuvering chess pieces, people like chess pieces in the music industry. And, well, not just music industry. I believe he started in music industry, but he was in other places also. And, and what I mean by that is he's putting people in positions to win, right? Now, within that story, they show how he did not have a whole lot of money, but he had a lot of influence and power, or perceived power, depending on what's your definition of power, within whatever he was doing. He was that person. He was the person to make things happen. So are you in that position to do that? When we bet against ourselves, like, why would you want to bet against yourself? But for yourself. Say, hey, I am going to make this thing work. I am down for whatever comes along. I have the talent. I have the know-how. I have the education. I have the certifications. I have the life experiences to move things forward. And on top of that, whatever I am missing, I am willing to learn what it takes. I am betting against the house that I can improve, that I can make it happen, that I am the difference maker. I have a shirt that says I am the missing element, right? And when you realize that you are the missing element to any situation, you put yourself in a position mentally, physically, and emotionally to say, I can get this done. In any moment, I can make a change. I can turn the tide. I don't care what the situation is. Are you that individual today that is the missing element? Are you betting against the house to say, I can make this happen? I encourage you to change this mindset where you can't, where you're saying that, it's too hard. I can't do it. No one else in my family has done it. Well, guess what? It's not meant for them. It's meant for you. So let's move this needle. Let's put it on the black side, not on the red side. Let's make a difference. Thank you very much for listening today.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.